Breaking news.
So something I want to talk about today is stomach gripping. You may have not heard of this. I never heard of it either. But instead of me trying to explain what it is, I'm going to have Google do it. Hey Google, what is stomach gripping and how could it negatively affect trumpet players?
Stomach gripping, in the context of trumpet playing, refers to the undesirable tension or tightness in the abdominal muscles while playing. This can negatively affect trumpet players in several ways. Restricted airflow. Gripping the stomach muscles can restrict the natural flow of air from the diaphragm, making it difficult to sustain notes, play with a full tone, and control dynamics. Reduced stamina. The unnecessary tension can lead to fatigue and reduce overall playing stamina. Embouchure issues. Stomach gripping can indirectly affect the embouchure, the way the mouth and facial muscles are positioned on the mouthpiece, by creating tension in the upper body, which can then transfer to the face and lips. Limited flexibility. Tension in the abdomen can hinder the player's ability to move the air efficiently for smooth transitions between notes and registers. Causes of stomach gripping. Improper breathing technique. If a player isn't using their diaphragm correctly, they may compensate by tensing their abdominal muscles. Anxiety or nervousness. Performance anxiety can lead to muscle tension, including in the stomach.
I don't know why that stopped.
Performance anxiety can lead to muscle tension, including in the stomach area. Physical tension. General physical tension in the body can manifest as stomach gripping while playing. How to address stomach gripping. Focus on diaphragmatic breathing. Practice breathing exercises to engage the diaphragm properly and expand the rib cage without tensing the stomach. Relaxation techniques. Incorporate relaxation techniques like deep breathing, visualization, or meditation to reduce overall tension. Body awareness. Pay attention to any tension in the body while playing and consciously try to release it. Professional guidance. Seek guidance from a qualified trumpet teacher or coach who can observe your playing and provide personalized feedback. By addressing stomach gripping and promoting a relaxed and efficient approach to playing, trumpet players can improve their tone, endurance, and overall performance.
You see what I'm onto here. Look, I've been playing for a really long time, and I've also had body image issues for a long time, and keeping my weight at a reasonable level has always been a problem for me my whole life. I was a fat kid, and I've been yo-yoing pretty much my whole life. The past 10 years, my weight's pretty stable, living in the tropics. You don't want to be carrying too much extra weight here. But I have always held in my stomach, and I got away with it for a long time. And then a couple of years ago, I really started to notice I was having a lot of tension in my stomach, and I couldn't figure out how to release it. I was on that roller coaster that nobody wants to ride on, where one day you feel like you can do anything on the trumpet with no effort at all, and then the next day it takes you 10 times the amount of effort to get that same result. I believe it's all rooted in breathing and stomach gripping. Whenever I have a problem with my playing, I always kind of strip away all the different variables and I come back to basics. And of course, the first thing I think about is breathing. If we're stomach gripping and holding the stomach muscles tight, then it's impossible to get the air in correctly.
It's not a good idea to grip your core, to habitually pull your belly button towards your spine. This is going to be our diaphragm, and these here are our organs.
When you breathe, your diaphragm goes down and pushes all those organs out of the way so your lungs can expand.
And when you inhale, what the diaphragm does is it moves down to help expand the lungs. Diaphragm moves down on inhalation, up on exhalation. The organs for the diaphragm to be able to move need to get out of the way. They go down, they go a little bit into the pelvic floor, but especially they go forward. And that's why when you breathe, you can sense that your belly goes out a little bit. The tone of these muscles actually increases a little bit as they resist the movement of the organs.
But if you're holding in your stomach, then your diaphragm can't go down. And what happens is the breath everything goes super high.
You take your belly button and pull it towards your spine like that. The organs can't really move down very well. The diaphragm obviously is blocked. You can't expand your lungs, and your breathing is stuck.
That's why the greatest players that you see play, you don't see them breathing, you don't see nothing moving. Their stomachs aren't moving. They're not going in, they're not going out. There's a few really fit guys, I can't tell what their stomach's doing, like Adam Rapp, I can't see what his stomach's doing. Esteban, I don't see his stomach moving at all.
Some people would say, oh, well, I do rib breathing. I'll just breathe with my ribs. Well, first of all, 80% of the breathing energy comes from your diaphragm, and it's also your diaphragm that very much helps to lift your ribs. So if your diaphragm is not moving, it's going to be pretty hard to lift your ribs.
I blew up, like enlarged a video of Sergei Nikarakov playing, and his stomach doesn't move. It's just out and it stays out. And I don't want to say you're pushing out your stomach, but I don't see any movement down there. So ever since I've corrected that, the air just comes right in. It's bringing back the level of consistency that I used to feel like I had so many years ago. As we get older, weird shit happens, man. Weird shit happens. You know, if you're playing a job and you're finding yourself with not a whole lot of time to practice, some stuff can get lost along the way and you don't even notice it. So now that I think about just really letting my stomach go and just who cares what it looks like, I mean, I just gotta like accept it, right? If I just let it all hang out, then the air comes right in. So easy to play. When I was holding a lot of tension in my stomach when I would try to play it, it was like a lot of work. I get lightheaded and stuff playing it.
Behind the organs here, just the back of the diaphragm, you have the aorta. And the aorta is that blood vessel that brings the blood from the heart into the lower body. If you push the organs in like that and hold your diaphragm, then the aorta gets compressed. It's harder for the blood to go down. Instead, where does it go? It goes up. And that's why if you pull your belly button in and you maybe do some kind of movement, you're going to feel this compression here in your head. And what you're feeling is the capillaries are increasing their pressure, and that's not good for you, and especially if you're elderly, that even can be dangerous.
So stomach gripping, it's a real thing. Do some research about it. You may not even notice that you're doing it, but if you are doing it, it's seriously going to fuck you up, and I'm not joking. If you make sure you're not doing that, and you make sure that your breathing's happening correctly, then it's easier to solve the other problems, or some of the other problems you're having might automatically come into alignment once you fix that. That's been my experience. I wanted to share that with you guys. Don't hold in your stomach ever. Try to not do it ever. Just if you don't like the way your stomach looks, start walking. I mean, or running, whatever you need to do. But don't hold it in. See you on the next one.